Hi everyone, I am obviously back. I'm going to talk about sexual abuse and I'm going to tell you my story, and I'm just going to talk a little bit about it because it's something that is a part of my life now. It's hard for me to deal with, and I would just love to hear, not love to hear, but I would like some help from people who have gone through um, sexual, physical abuse to, just help me and talk to me because I'm having a very hard time. So, here's my story. My dad, like I said, my dad was never around. I lived with my mom. Um, when I was 7, almost 8, my mom brought a man home that she met at the gym. She wasn't with him for 3 months and got pregnant with my little brother. And he moved in with us. She didn't know him. She knew nothing about him, let him move in with us, and had a baby with him. I'm not saying I regret my brother. My brother is the best thing that has come out of all of this. My brother is my soul and my heart. But, and my mom's boyfriend would tease me about I used to have buck teeth and so many teeth growing out of me, and he would tease me and put me down and emotionally abuse me because he thought it was funny, and I laughed just to laugh and to let him know, it's not bugging me. Um, Before my 13th birthday, I went in with him and my brother in the bedroom to um, just lay there because I did that a lot. I had watched a scary movie and I wanted comfort. So I went and laid. I was laying in between them both. With my brother there, he started to molest me. Um, Rubbing his hands up and down my legs, so on and so on. He even went as far as putting me on top of him and pushing my butt down onto his penis. And this is how it would go. He did this with my brother in the bed. At the time, my 7-year-old brother. I had a bath. I cried. I sat in that bath and I cried. And I just told myself that was a dream. That was a dream that did not happen until it happened again. It didn't, it happened maybe once or twice a month at the beginning. It's when I started to develop, obviously. And I would just tell myself it was a dream that never happened. That never happened. And one time he actually stuck his tongue in my mouth. I sat in the bath and I cried and I cried and I said that was a dream. That did not just happen. I was very close to committing suicide at that point, and but I just had to think of my brother. And when I was 15, my mother had a 30% chance to live. She had a flesh-eating disease. They told us she was gonna die that night, but she lived. She was fine. She was in a coma for, I think she was in a coma for a month or two, and then she was in the hospital for 2 months prior to that. And at that time, when my mother was in the hospital dying, it happened every single night. While my mother, the woman he is supposed to love, the woman he has a child with and is supposed to love and makes out he is the best and makes out he is a father to me, while my mother was in the hospital dying, it got worse. He did it every night on the couch, against his desk, in my bed, in his bed, in the bathroom, anywhere he could. This is something I am so passionate about talking about because it happened. I had to tell myself for so long it's just a dream until one day I just told my Nana. My whole family left me, including my mother is still with this man. My mother's still with this man. I have sleep insomnia. I have dreams, reoccurring dreams every night. I have everything, depression, anxiety, fear that he's going to come back into my room, break in my windows, and come in my room. That's what I fear. I fear every night that I'm going to, and I have seen him, and every time I see him, I cringe. I think, why are you still alive? If I could get away with murder, I would murder him. I know I hate him. I hate him. The only reason he is alive is because he is my brother's father. He's not even a father to my brother. He doesn't feed them. He doesn't buy. He makes money, but he saves it. I'm pretty sure he has another girlfriend, and he's probably abusing her daughter if she has a daughter, and I hope she does come forward if it is happening. Right now, and for the past 4 years, I have been depressed. I have stayed in my room. Even when it was going on, I stay in my room. I don't get out of my room. To get up, I barely eat. To have a relationship has been very hard to have a relationship. Luckily, I have a boyfriend now who is very, very understanding about what happened to me. But it's something that needs to be talked about more. It is hard for me. A couple days ago, I got a text from my mother saying, you should just go ahead and kill yourself. The world would be a better place without you, and all my problems would go away. Nice mother, eh? Nice mother. I have come close to suicide. I have looked up ways to commit suicide on the computer. I haven't done anything, thankfully, because every time I come close to it, I have to stop and think about my grandparents and my little brother. So what I want from you is, if you were sexually abused, or if you were abused sexually, or you know someone who was sexually abused, please email me. Send me a Twitter. Send me your email on Twitter or on YouTube. I don't care. I want to hear your story, and I want to talk about it. I need people who went through it to talk about it with. I didn't finish school. I can't, I can't concentrate on anything. The only thing that helps me is singing. I was gonna say something else, but I kind of forget. This is just a really hard subject, and I was also physically abused by this man, emotionally, sexually, and physically. One day I told him, I had to share a room with my little brother when I was 15, and I'm pretty sure that's illegal in Canada. I don't know if it is anywhere else, but it's illegal. I said, you shouldn't have had a baby if you can't support it. He took me and threw me up against the wall and told me to get the F out, and he slapped me across the face. He slapped me a couple other times for defending my brother, because he slapped my brother so hard I could hear him screaming over my blaring music. That's how lovely this is. And my whole family, except my grandparents, talked to this man. They let him in their life. Now, I don't know what has brought this on for me to talk about it. Maybe it's the other day how suicidal I was.